My dreams are the most mundane dreams in the world, and I feel comfortable saying that no one on earth has more mundane dreams than I do. Alright, so today I figured we'd do something kind of psychology related, but not really. We're going to be looking at psychometric testing. In particular, the Myers-Briggs psychometric test, which is used by a lot of Fortune 500 companies to hire people based on their personality. In fact, according to Forbes magazine, it's used by 80% of Fortune 100 companies to hire staff. They're wrong for doing this because psychometric testing is a waste of time. There's very little evidence behind them to show that they actually work in the way that they're intended to work, and the validity of these tests is not very good. I'm not going to go into the research that shows this because it is a much longer video that I'm planning to do. This is just a bit of fun. So here we go. You say it takes less than 12 minutes. Purpose of the test is to try and establish personality traits which companies can use to determine how good of an employee you're likely to be in the future. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I'm a YouTuber who spends most of his time indoors, and actually I thought coronavirus was no real change to my lifestyle, so I'm guessing that that's probably going to be disagree. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Yeah, I'd say that's true actually. Something that I do on this channel pretty commonly is to explore ideas that I'm unfamiliar with because I like to understand things better, so I agree. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Strongly agree. I'm a big believer in not having detailed itineraries because it takes the spontaneity out of it. You often think about what should have said in a conversation long after it's taken place. I mean, who doesn't do this? Everybody does this, right? I mean, you get into a discussion with somebody, you have an argument with them, and you can't think of anything to say, and then later you think, oh, damn it, you should have told him he was an asshole, that would have done it. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try and solve their problem. This is a tough one for me. I'm going to have to sit right in the middle because actually I do both these two things. Like, my personal philosophy is to try and fix problems as they come up. But at the same time, if a friend had a tragedy in the family, like if they had a death or something like that, I wouldn't instantly try and fix it. I'd try and support them emotionally. So yeah, I'm going to have to go in the middle for that one. People can rarely upset you. Yeah, I'd kind of agree with that. It's quite hard to upset me. If you're going to broadcast yourself on the internet on a monthly basis, then you got to have the thick skin. Maybe someday I'll tell you about how I developed that thick skin. It's an interesting story. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Nah, I'm pretty good at conversation. If you've temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. I'm going to be honest, if I get distracted, I end up forgetting what I was doing, so no. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. Rarely worry about it. I guess I kind of agree. I'm not really all that interested in other people's opinions. I mean, I am, in the sense that I find them interesting, but I don't hold them with the same weight as people that I really trust, so it doesn't bother me too much if they don't have a good impression of me. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Or disagree. I can spend a full year by myself and I'd be fine. In fact, I did spend a full year by myself after the breakdown of my marriage. This was years ago. You're more of a detail-oriented person than a big-picture person. Disagree. I'm pretty much a big-picture person. You're very affectionate with people you care about. This depends on who you ask. If you ask previous girlfriends, they'd tell you that I'm a robot. I disagree with that, and I think my friends and my current girlfriend would agree that I am pretty affectionate. I spent last Friday upset because a hedgehog died. He was my pet hedgehog, but I was upset about it, so I think we can put agree for that. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Disagree, I do not. You're still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Yeah, this is true actually. I don't like to think about mistakes too often because I do get hung up on them. In particular, if I've made a mistake with someone that I respect and trust, I have a real hard time letting it go. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Yeah, I'd say that's agree. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let the emotions guide them. No. It's not too hard to understand. We're all different, we all react different. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalogue. Well, that depends. Am I looking for a movie because I was randomly looking for a movie, or did I have a particular movie that I wanted to watch? You know what, I can browse, so let's go with agree. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. I think most people would agree that I can. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. I don't have a problem with it, I mean I can do it. I prefer to wait for a bit though to see what my level of proficiency might be in that particular topic. If people are talking about families or kids for example, I'll usually hang back because it's not my particular area of expertise, but you know, pop culture, science, these kind of things, I'll jump right in. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. No. My dreams are the most mundane dreams in the world, and I feel comfortable saying that no one on earth has more mundane dreams than I do. Just as an example, I once dreamt that I thought I had a £2 coin in my wallet. That's not even the mundane part. The mundane part was that I didn't. So I dreamt that I thought that I had a £2 coin in my wallet, but I didn't actually have a £2 coin in my wallet, so I dreamt nothing. My dreams, not interesting. Not a big believer in dream theory anyway. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. Hard disagree. I have never done that, not even once. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. Disagree, I get sidetracked pretty easily. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Isn't that the point of making a mistake? You make a mistake, you doubt your knowledge, and you improve it. I'm going to disagree. Just because I don't doubt my ability, but I do doubt my actions. So I'm going to disagree, yeah, because I don't doubt my abilities or knowledge, it's my action that I doubt. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Middle. I do talk to everybody pretty much. I like to think that the life experience I've accumulated means that I can slip into most conversations and most demographics pretty easily, and at least be able to hold my own in a conversation. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. Disagree, I get more interested in it. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. See, others is very vague. Last Friday, my girlfriend saw me cry at the death of my hedgehog, and I've cried in the past over various types of loss, so I don't think I'm afraid to let myself cry in front of others, but strangers? Yeah, strangers I probably wouldn't. You feel more drawn to the places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. Disagree. I like quiet places. I like a peaceful life. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yes, me and my brother literally did a podcast talking about that stuff, which I never actually uploaded. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. Middle. I try to listen to both. You usually prefer to get your revenge Nah. I'm a forgiver. I don't believe in revenge at all. You often make decisions on a whim. If I'm drunk, the time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. I disagree. I like my own company and I can entertain myself on my own, but I do also enjoy time spent with other people. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or a movie. This question feels like it was designed for me. I do this all the time. You always know exactly what you want. No. Last night I went to the shop, I didn't know what I wanted to buy, and I came out with a carrot. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Rarely thinking, I think about that all the time. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter, less crowded areas. See, this is one of the things that you've got to look for in psychometric testing. Questions will repeat themselves, but they'll be worded slightly differently. And it sort of gives you an indication of what that particular psychometric test is more interested in learning. So introversion, extroversion is something which is going to come up on this test, and I'm basing that purely on the fact that this type of question has come up 3 times now. I do stick to quieter places. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. No, I consider both pretty equally. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings, so emotional intelligence is going to come up on this because, again, this is the 2nd time this type of question is featured. No, I don't have a hard time understanding that. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. I'm not sure I understand that question. Yeah, I guess I like to have some sort of direction. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Disagree. If someone thinks highly of me, then my first instinct is usually just making them realize actually there's no reason to hold me in higher regard than you. We're all equal. We're all people that have a collection of achievements and mistakes. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Yeah, I do. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Oh yeah. You look after yourself first and others come in second. No. I don't think that's true. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. Yeah. Your mood can change quickly. No. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Actually, no. That's strange. You think with the amount of thinking that I do, that might be something that I consider, but actually I don't ever think about that. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. That depends on the feeling and emotion really, and it also depends on the company that I'm speaking about it with. So we'll go middle. You have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. I guess, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but yeah. You rarely dwell on your regrets. That's the 2nd time that type of question's come up. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in the need of a getaway. See, this is similar to the other one about busy environments. It's rephrasing it again, so this is the 4th time this question's come up. It doesn't make me feel drained or in need of a getaway, I just prefer not to be there. So let's say disagree. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. Well, both of these 2 things are at extremes of the same spectrum. Not a visionary? Does anybody think of themselves as a visionary? Let's say realist. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. No. Oh wait, I misread the question. You find it easy to empathize with a person who's gone through something you never have. Yeah, I can empathize. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than... Yeah, that's true. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Disagree. I'm usually pretty in control. After a long and exhausting week of fun partying, no, I don't want to go to parties. I want to stay home, play VR games, and then broadcast it to you guys. Just in case you're not sure, I'm going to be broadcasting a VR game. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. Yeah, I do. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Sometimes. You still honour the commitments you've made even if you've had a change of heart. Yeah, I do. You rarely feel insecure. Middle.